Tell me the story of Jesus. So when I was young, we moved around a lot. My dad was in the military. Our last stop as a family was in San Antonio, Texas. My parents divorced. My dad moved on and we lived with my mom. We didn't have much money, so we played in the neighborhood a lot, hung out with the neighborhood kids. But one day this bus came by. It was called the Joy Bus. And the bus driver jumped off the bus and said, "Hey, you guys want to come to church?" I don't even think we asked our mom if we could go. I just recall jumping on the bus. And so we headed to Northside Church of Christ. On the trips with the bus, we would listen to these Bible stories. And I remember thinking they were so fascinating because they were brand new to us. We'd sing songs, and we did this for quite some time. Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, and well, on that bus was a girl that I know wasn't many years older than us. Her name was Katrina. She had such an impact on our life in telling us the Bible stories, and through all that time, we became a part of the youth group. And looking at the other kids in the youth group, maybe they were raised in the church, I don't know, but they had something that I was missing. I knew I had a hole. I knew I needed to fill that void. I had an emptiness. And so I knew I needed God. So one day, one Sunday in 1974, I had this strong feeling that someone was physically pushing me out of the pew. I knew that I needed to be baptized. I remember walking down that aisle. I remember meeting with my youth minister, Rusty Barty, and I was baptized. He took my confession, and I remember thinking, wow, this is incredible. Well, Katrina, the girl that was on the bus, she had such an influence on my life, and even my sister's life, that we followed her to Oklahoma Christian just a few years after she went. While we were at Oklahoma Christian, my mom remarried, and she married someone that was in the military, so he was stationed in Fort Worth. And so I would come home on the weekends in the summers, and I would go to Northwest Church of Christ, just not far from where we live now, and that's where I met the Riley family. That's where I met Barry. Of course, you know the story. We fell in love, and it was his family that has probably the biggest impact on my spiritual life. Now that I go back and I reflect on that path where I started with that bus that came around the corner, getting on that bus, and I think about Katrina and how she played such an impact in my life, and I think about Rusty Barty. I think about Oklahoma Christian and the professors that I had. I think about meeting the Riley family. My life has truly been blessed. And I now know, following that path, that God had a plan for me. And it started back many, many years ago. And what an experience and what a blessing to have that. And it started with that bus. Sweetest that ever was heard.